To be honest, there are way too many boring meatloaf recipes out there. Now our team has developed 4 top-notch recipes to break the boredom. We've got links for you. Either one you'd be proud to serve your family, but this version, the one that slow cooks in the smoker and isn't afraid of a little heat, but is balanced perfectly with a barbecue glaze, this is the meatloaf for you. Smoked meatloaf, coming in low and slow. Jumping right in and keeping it simple here with just a little veg and knife work. Grab a small onion and get it finely diced. I love when a recipe starts with dicing an onion. Such a great foundation. The beginning of flavor building. Let's keep those knife skills sharp, friends. With an onion diced, we can jump into the jalapeno. Just cut off the top and get it de-seeded. I want a pretty small dice here, so I'll start by slicing lengthwise before working the other direction into that fine dice. Finally, we'll get a few cloves of garlic minced, and we're ready to get cooking. Over medium heat with a saute pan, and we'll get things going with a little butter. In with onion and jalapeno. Stir around to soften just a bit before having that garlic join the party. By pre-cooking the onions, jalapeno and garlic will mellow their raw harshness. Keep building the flavor by adding salt and pepper here. Adding salt to raw onions helps bring out their moisture quickly. I'm only in the pan here for about 2 minutes. With the onions translucent and the pan dry, we'll transfer the mix to a sheet tray to cool quickly. Use a piece of foil on your sheet tray to make cleanup easy. All right, let's make our barbecue glaze. Grab a couple chipotles and adobo and mince as fine as you can. We're looking for about 2 tablespoons here, and we'll put that right into a cup of your favorite barbecue sauce. For me, that's Sweet Baby Ray's. Add a couple tablespoons of cider vinegar, a couple teaspoons of paprika, and 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. There's a ton of flavor here, and we'll use it in a couple ways as part of our meatloaf. For now, just mix things up with a fork or whisk, and we'll set that aside. Okay, on to the star of the show, Certified Angus Beef, ground beef, specifically 80% lean ground chuck. Let's build some meatloaf. In a large mixing bowl, add the cooled veg trio to the ground beef. And now for a unique ingredient. Instead of bread or breadcrumbs, we're using cornflakes. I start with about 3 cups in a Ziploc to get that 1.5 cups the recipe calls for. Cornflakes will do a few things for us. It will absorb some of that liquid from the ground beef as it renders. The meatloaf will have a more of a golden color, and you'll love the flavor and texture it creates. Now, 2 cracked eggs in a separate bowl. Create a little well in the center of the mix and pour in the half and half and those eggs. Now get things fully mixed up. I like to use a plastic bowl chopper for this. Use your hands if that's your thing. Just get things evenly incorporated by scraping along the bottom and folding over. All right, now don't forget to add the barbecue sauce like I almost did here. It's only about a half cup to bump the flavor of this meatloaf. Mix that all up and we're good to go. From here, we'll transfer to a big sheet of plastic wrap. This is a critical step. I'll roll and tighten the ends to create a uniform loaf shape while trying to get out any extra air pockets. Don't miss this. From here, we go into the refrigerator for at least 6 hours. It's important that the raw ground beef gets chilled again and has a chance to commingle with all the other ingredients. Now on to smoking. I'm using a pellet grill set to 275. Now check this out. I've got my meatloaf out of the plastic and on a rack sitting in a foil-lined sheet pan. This will give smoke its best chance to adhere to as much surface of the meatloaf as possible. The cold temperature of the meatloaf will also attract more smoke. After a half hour in the smoker, we're going to apply our first layer of glaze. Just brush an even coat with a silicone brush. Wish you had one of these longer handle ones like this? It can be yours. Check out our tool set from our brand store. While the meatloaf continues to bake, each coat of the barbecue glaze will firm up. Apply an additional coat of glaze every 30 minutes until you're out. Pro tip time, insert a digital probe thermometer into the center of the meatloaf to keep an accurate temp. Take advantage of extra real estate in a smoker or grill. I'm making a simple comfort food classic, mac and cheese. I'll put it in a cast iron and into the smoker for the last hour to add smoke and finish cooking. Back to the meatloaf for my final coat of glaze. I'm smoking some Anaheims from the garden that I'll chop and put into my mac and cheese. There's nothing like a whole meal that comes out of the smoker. Now with the meatloaf super close to 160 degrees, I'll get the mac and cheese finished. Cut the tops off of the peppers and chop them up. Everything smells so good. Be ready, folks. Neighbors are going to be gathering with forks in hand when you get to this point. Pull the meatloaf and let it rest on a cutting board for 10 minutes. Don't rush this. It really needs to set. This will make sure everything holds together when it's time to slice. It's worth the wait. Go for about 1-inch slices here. Hands down, best comfort food combination. Smoked meatloaf with a side of smoked chili mac and cheese. You're not going to want meatloaf any other way.